Do you not know that you've been had? Like, as soon as somebody hooks you with a pedophile thing, you've been had.
Yeah.
It's a recruiting tool. It clearly is.
Yeah.
Like, you start off by saying, do you like children being raped? You go,
no,
I don't. And they're like, well, what about this other stuff that we have here? And then, oh my God, now you're hooked. Now you're like, so now people have just like, now it's just pedophile comes out all the time. It's like this thing that just is a political football now.
Yeah.
That like, as if the idea being that Joe Biden has spent his entire political career and will spend his 4 years as president, if he's the president, protecting and defending pedophiles secretly.
Yeah.
That's the whole undercurrent.
The thing I don't get about all this Biden hate is like everybody loved him when he was the vice president. Like he was this fun, everybody loved him, but then he runs for
He was a black guy's friend.
He was a black guy's friend. Oh, the president. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I mean, Obama got away lucky because Obama at least got in before 3/4 of all conservatives were conspiracy theorists. Yeah. Like, he actually got away. We thought like Obama's the first social media president. It's going to be horrendous. And it was.
Yeah.
But now it's worse. Now Joe Biden is somehow linked to pedophiles. Like, if you fell for that, you're an idiot. Yeah. You really are stupid.
There's a lot of stupid people out there then.
That Joe Biden is in some way connected to pedophilia. Yeah. You're a stupid person.
Yeah.
Who you were had. Somebody fucking wrote it on the internet and you chummed it up like an idiot. Like a fucking loser that you are. Well, no better than fucking Biden. Why? Well, because of the whole pedophile thing.
I fucking
the whole
hate
pedophile
that.
thing. What are you talking? What the whole pedophile thing?
Also, they have zero proof of that, but they have video of Trump saying he likes to grab women by the pussy. He's got 8 court cases where he's paid off people that he has raped. There's lists. There's so much proof with Trump, and there's zero proof with Biden, except for he gave a granddaughter a kiss on the mouth or something.
But he wants to sniff hair.
Yeah. I'm so fucking sick of it.
The whole thing is become about him sniffing hair because they couldn't make the rape thing stick because it was just
look how
crazy.
creepy
It was
he
a
is.
lady that had ties to Russia or some shit. Like she wrote fucking Russian blogs or something and said, he touched my puss. And people didn't really go for it.
Yeah.
So then they had to go to this double laptop, 2 laptops in 2 different places that Hunter Biden left there. The 10,000 images of children fucking at the park naked or something. And people believe it.
But I don't understand. If he's a pedophile, why aren't they doing everything to stop him?
Because there's zero evidence. Zero evidence.
But that's what I know. Because if they have these laptops filled with pictures, why are they sitting on them? Wouldn't you want to stop this pedophile monster so he doesn't attack any other children?
And for all the people that want to shit on mainstream media, the reason that they don't report on these things is because there isn't any.
It's not factual.
They have to back up the story.
Yeah.
Like the blogs that you read and the YouTube channels that you subscribe to, they don't have a rigorous fucking editorial regime.
They don't have journalism ethics.
They just throw shit against the wall and see what you eat. Mm-hmm. Right? They just want to throw a bunch of shit out there. Well, I heard that Joe Biden, he fucked a kid, and then they asked him about it at a scrum, and he wouldn't answer. So wouldn't even deny it.
Guilty.
Guilty. And that's their That's their version of journalism. Say horrific things about your political opponents. When they don't deny it or refuse to say anything about it, you just go, it looks like you did it. I just can't. The thing I can't believe is that even with without COVID, Trump would have won. That's what's crazy.
That is true.
If COVID never happened, Trump would have won.
Yeah, because he would have said, I didn't do anything awful. Everything was great. My whole time, everything was up. The economy's up, blah, blah, blah.
After what he did during COVID, you couldn't think of an example of something worse.
Yeah.
He
killed. That's
he proved himself to be an awful human being.
I feel like saying to those people, what if 220,000 people died in 9/11? Wouldn't you be furious?
Well,
but 220,000
were they firefighters or
220,000
just
people,
plumbers?
This is the thing. They keep saying that number, and they're saying it so much that it's kind of well, that's not that much. But when you think about it, 220,000 people. Well, because he killed them. He's responsible for them being dead.
All they have to do is flip it into a low percentage, right?
Yeah.
So we say 240,000 people died, and they go, that represents 0.0000892 of the fucking all the marine life.
I just hate there's so many twisting of everything and stories and and then it's if the one side does this thing and then the other side does this thing, they both were wrong, and it's so fucking frustrating and annoying. And I don't know, but it really annoys me when people are like, well, Biden's no better than Trump. Go fuck yourself.
Oh my God.
Biden's no better than Trump.
That means you like Trump. Right. I mean, so whenever somebody's like, well, they don't want to say they like Trump, but they just want to say Biden's no better.
Or you're a Bernie bro that's mad that Bernie didn't win. Honestly, it's all those people that are just like, they're so pissed that Bernie didn't win that they're just going to anybody that is against Bernie is like the enemy, and it's not worth my vote. But I'm like, you're so fucking dumb. Like I kind of want Bernie Sanders to go away so people stop being so upset. He didn't win, I didn't get my way. Well, fucking move on and vote for the one that's not going to try and have a genocide of people in their own country.
And I just don't, the idea that Bernie Sanders would have won, I just disagree with. How many times did Biden and Kamala Harris have to distance themselves from socialism?
Yeah.
Every day they had to say, we're not socialists, we have no social. So, do you not think if Bernie Sanders, I'm not anti-socialist.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in socialism that I agree with.
Yeah.
But clearly it's not something that is palatable to the
everyone.
American population. Clearly it isn't.
And it's rich people that hate it, right? Because they don't want...
And then they throw money at it and poor people buy it too.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about this election is the number of non-white males that voted for Trump.
It's pretty crazy.
Like Mexican, Latino guys, Cuban guys, black guys.
Yeah, I heard it on the news too. That's I just don't. Why? I don't get it. Because it's part of. I don't know what it is.
Well, because we tend to think of Latinos and Cubans and all immigrants in the United States as being pro-immigration. But most of them are just we are after after we grab the last toilet paper roll at Co-op.
Yeah.
We grab it and then we're like, it's gone, fuckers. So for a lot of those immigrants, they're like, now close it. I'm in, close it.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm in, now close it. And a lot of them tend to be Christian.
They're only 2 generations away from being no more immigrants.
Yeah. They're like, get these fucking white people from the Netherlands out of here. That's what's going to be fun, is seeing America in 500 years when it's all minorities and they're trying to keep a white country out, Look at these white fucks coming over from the Netherlands. The caravan of white people from Europe. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It was weird to watch because the polls, people say the polls are shit, but they're not really shit because the distrust, that QAnon factor, that conspiracy factor, where there's so many conservatives that don't trust any institution. So if they get a phone call or a text message or an email from some company saying, hey, who are you going to vote for? They're like, go fuck yourself. I will never fucking tell you.
It's my private vote.
So pollsters have to imagine a number. So when they make 10 calls, if they get a hold of one conservative who says they're voting for Trump, they have to guess and say, well, we know that they're just not answering. And
or if they answer and say, go fuck yourself, it's a conservative.
Yeah. If they say, go fuck yourself, that's Trump. And if they don't answer, then that's Trump. But they have to guess.
Yeah.
Because they know okay, a bunch of liberals aren't answering their phone, but enough of them, but conservatives generally, and, because some of them are closet too, where they're pro-Trump. That's kind of the white supremacy factor.
Yeah.
That's that sort of let's keep white people in charge, shall we? Or climate change, things that we don't want the party to be over.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of Americans that just don't want the party to be over. And Democrats look like the party of parties over. Yeah. Where it's climate change is real again.
Yeah.
And we need to do things in a more sustainable way. And people are like, fuck that. Or hey, we need to build infrastructure in these inner city communities for black people.
Yeah.
Nah. They just don't want the party to be over.
Yeah.
They want White Town to keep fucking rolling. you know, and that's how they vote.
That's 100% accurate.
Fucking rolling.
White Town is turning into Detroit.
Right? It really is, but that's what we're trying to do. That's what they want to do. It's just they'll never publicly say that, but that's a huge chunk of that vote.
Yeah.
Is to keep the fucking train on the
secret. I bet you there are quite a few secret Trump supporters that tell their friends, I'm Biden, but like I just don't want to get into it with my friends and family, so I'll just.
They're not necessarily white supremacists. They're
no,
just
but they just is not.
We want to keep partying. We want to keep. We'd rather have a guy in there who thinks fossil fuels are kind of neat.
I like some of the memes like last night where there was like people were talking about like. Because how Florida voted for Trump, and they're like, so you're voting in a climate denier, Florida, you're going to be underwater in 10 years. Or like, next time a hurricane hits you, we don't care. We want you gone. Like, it is, everyone talks about there's going to be a civil war, there's going to be this. There's already like protests happening in like Philadelphia, and like they were in New York City that they were showing. Like people like, the left and the right are out there right now. There's going to erupt when this like it's kind of like you're like sitting there waiting for this answer, and then you get the answer, and then you're like, okay, get the popcorn out, guys, and lock the border because this is gonna get good.
And it's not the politicians; it's us.
And like, the worst part is the politicians don't give a fuck about us. That's the thing is they pine us against each other, and we should be fighting together.
Politicians just want to be elected; they don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah, so it's a paycheck.
If their constituents say, "I want you to work with the other side," they'll do it. But the last time they tried that was, I think, during the first 4 years of the Obama administration. And the two people that worked with Obama on some bill, the next time they were up for election, absolute landslide, they were defeated.
Wow.
Because everybody in their writing was like, you worked with the fucking devil.
Yeah.
You're out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when the Tea Party started. And since then, we've had zero collaboration, zero. Like,
wow.
There is no move to the center. That's the problem. Is like everybody on the left is like, I can't believe Trump may or may not win this.
Yeah.
And everybody on the right is like, I can't believe we might be led by liberals. Like everybody's crying. Like everybody's upset.
Did you see that guy that won? I don't know if I don't know what it is, Congress or something. And he's like a man in his like 30s or 40s, rich white guy, like looking like a little piece of
looking
turd.
Great, White Town.
Oh, but he basically tweeted, "Cry about it, libs." This is the guy that got elected. I gotta find his name because I know where I saw it, but
cry about it, libs.
It's just like, oh my god.
That's politics.
That's so
right?
fucking funny that this is like how much it's crazy.
Especially when you look at things like Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham were able to easily hold their seats, even though they've been demonized.
Oh.
So what does that tell you? It tells you that people on the right will vote for anybody the left hates.
Yeah.
If the left hates you, the more the left hates you, the more we'll vote for you. Because Democrats spent a lot of money to defeat Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell and came up empty. And they're not going to control the Senate.
Yeah.
So Biden's 4 years is just going to be him fucking sitting at a desk like, ugh. What was that?
You know what I think is going to happen? I think Biden's going to die in office, and we're finally going to get a fucking female president. And if that's how we have to get it, that's how we will get it. But it's just like I'm more excited that Kamala Harris is the vice president. Like I like her a lot. I think she's awesome.
And then sassy.
She's sassy. She's like she's smart. She's like fun. She's a good-looking lady. Like I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited about that part.
Yeah, she's got a good way of like looking at a camera and being like,
and
I'm being mansplained to, right, ladies? And they're like, this resonates hardcore. Because we're all suckers, right?
Oh, totally.
Politicians are all actors, and we're all suckers for their ploys.
Yeah.
You know, privately they're all different. Like privately, we don't know who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
We really have no idea. It's like, you know what Tom Cruise is like? He likes to French kiss on the ground while 80s music plays. No, that was him in Top Gun, you fucking moron. Tom Cruise actually jumps on couches and believes in Scientology. Like, we don't know. That's why people like Trump. Some people, because we know who the fuck he is.
He's insane.
He's a lunatic. Yeah. And he's a terrible person, but we know who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
We don't know who the fuck any of these other people are.
No.
Anybody that gets in I don't know who the fuck Justin Trudeau is. I know who Donald Trump is.
Yeah.
He's a raving fucking lunatic.
But that's what you get when somebody who isn't a career politician wins something, and it's like, look at Jesse Ventura. Like, everybody knew who Jesse Ventura was when he was the governor. Everyone knew who Arnold was when he was the governor.
And I think sometimes liberals forget that if there was like a Donald Trump on the left, like a Donald Trump who just lived to troll Fox News. And sent out all these tweets that he knew were going to piss off conservatives every day, we would think it was hilarious. Yeah. We would fucking love it if everything he did, like, just signed an executive order letting all Mexicans in.
Yeah.
And then people were, like Ben Shapiro and every conservative outlet, you can't do that, you fucking libtard. And then the next day he's just like, or maybe not, ... You know, we'd be like, I fucking love this guy. I love him.
I don't know if the word is respect. I think it's interesting what he has done. He's definitely put his name in the history books. Because like even just going out there last night and declaring victory on an election that there's no way you can choose, and it's like, we won, but let's recount. We won, but can we recount just to make sure that we won?
Well, like, he demonized mail-in ballots, but Utah's like all mail-in ballots, and he won. So like, he's only demonizing mail-in ballots in the states where it's a toss-up.
Well, we were talking about this before, that it's just like, it's the people that are most likely to mail in ballots are Democrats, because
those mask-wearing pussies.
Yeah, the mask-wearing pussies.
Go cry into your mask.
Go vote from your home, you loser.
Don't worry, your mask is going to catch your tears, you fucking libtard.
Yeah, so like, and then all the conservatives are the ones that are standing there in line. I am going to put the pencil on the paper.
I'm so tough, I need a gun. It's just a weird look for anybody who's pretending to be tough with two firearms. Like, it's the emblem of pussydom, and they just wear it proudly.
Holding two guns.
Yeah, like it's like, I need these. Like, if anybody approaches me, like, that's your first move, you fucking pussy. Like that Rittenhouse kid. Like, everybody step away from the car dealership, and then somebody takes one step towards this puss kid. His first move is led into your brain.
Oh my God.
Like, he's not going to try to punch you or smack you, or he doesn't know some funny kick he can do onto your knee. It's straight to bullets through your eyes.
That's a shitty man.
What a dumb kid. And half the country went, yeah, get him. What else are you supposed to do when somebody's about to ding up a $2,000 Tercel?
Yeah, every
I mean, that thing can't afford to get keyed.
It'll depreciate too much, and then you'll just have to sell it for parts.
One little fucking scratch on that cocksucker, and it's a write-off. So it was important that Rittenhouse fucking murdered those three people.
Oh my God.
And then his mom gets a standing ovation at it is insane. And it's already in Canada. It's already here.
Oh yeah. Everyone's saying, we're not different. We're not different from them. Like, but
being
we are a little bit better.
Being in Alberta gives us an American perspective.
That's what I was saying. Like today, I was like, I feel like kind of like we know what it's like as we look at who's leading us right now.
If you live in Vancouver, or you live in Toronto, or you live in Montreal, or you live in some of these major centers, you think America's like this weird hellscape down there. But if you live in Alberta, you know that this is like, we deal with this every day. Like,
they're
this
around
is an
us all
everyday
the time.
thing.
Yeah.
This is like, QAnon is normal.
Yeah.
That's totally normal. And I guess I might have voted for Biden. Well, I guess you love kid fucking.
Yeah.
What's that? Like, that's the only reason to do that. What about like affordable health care? Like, yeah, for the kids who've been raped, maybe. Like, it's just weird. Now everything is pedophiles, right?
That's
where we're at. I don't know. We can't get lower than that, I don't think. What can we label Donald Trump? Nothing. Right?
Well, what
he's
if
just
he's
money hungry? And people are like, yeah, good.
What if he starts fucking animals? That would be pretty bad.
I don't know.
Because animals are better than kids.
Like veal, like
if he was fucking puppies. No, my parents didn't love each other.
Okay, that's good.
I don't think they ever. I never. No, I think
they never had sex.
Not that I'm aware of.
I was thinking that if you ever did, it means your dad wasn't great at it.
Why?
You know what I mean? Well, because there should have been enough noise.
Oh, for you to be like...
For you to just be crying. You should have just been crying on the other side of the door.
Stop hurting mommy. Don't worry. I don't feel it.
You should. Don't worry. Can't feel a thing.
Mommy's fine.
Don't hurt mommy. Like, please.
Please.
Hurt mommy. For fuck's sakes. That's the dumbest thing a kid's ever said.
Have you caught your parents? Did you ever walk in on your
No,
parents?
I didn't ever catch my parents, but I had a friend who caught his parents.
Oh, my God.
And normally, this is what was interesting to me is like...
How old was he?
He didn't just catch his parents having sex. He caught them in the middle of some weird fucking... I think she was...
Sexual game?
She was like... She was like sitting cross-legged and his cock was over her head and she was jerking him off into her hair or something. There was something fetishy... that he walked in on. It wasn't just like, oh no, son, it's not what it seems. They weren't just under the covers missionary. It was him like looking at the ceiling. It was some
tantric or like
and she was jerking him off into a bowl on her head or something while she sat.
A prayer bowl.
And she sat cross-legged.
My friend, I have a friend that walked in on his parents. I remember this story now, and his mom was on his dad, and she had a Batman mask on. I'm trying to think of like I don't think I've ever put costumes into my sex life. Like
no, lights on or lights off.
Yeah.
Costume or no costume? No costume. Lights off.
Here costume we go. Sex. I'm not into costume sex. I don't mean like no underwear, but like I mean like dressing up and yeah. And also role playing always seems ridiculous because it's like most of us are terrible actors. Yeah. You've seen me do improv before. Oh, yeah, like, can you imagine me role playing?
Somebody come to Tim Hortons, help us. I can't remember what you did. But I just remember you, and I'm not a good actor either.
You guys humiliate. It was so embarrassing.
You just walked up like a little penguin to the X on the fucking stage, like it's Diary of Anne Frank, and you got to nail your blocking. You just go to the little X and you turn and look at the people, and you're like, "Somebody come to Tim Hortons, I'm here." And I remember like being like, "Oh," and I remember John, like I said something like. I made fun of you a little bit.
You guys made so much fun of me.
And John was like, you weren't a lot better.
Thank you, John.
I was like, did you see Kathleen? And he's like, you weren't a lot better. Let's be honest. Like,
yeah.
He was like, I'll bring you into the little thing, but let's be clear about something.
I'm trying to remember.
You're way worse than I am at this.
I was like, how long was I in comedy? I was like brand new into comedy. I think. I don't know. I was pretty new.
Well, it would have been intimidating. Like John
Doerr, and he's like, come and do improv. And I'm like, I'm not good at improv, but I'm not going to say no. And then I go and humiliate myself.
I think it was just because you had a bit part. You know, this was before diversity mattered.
Yeah, you were
allowed to get a girl to say.
Well, it was about just 5 white guys on a stage. That's what it was.
That's right. It was 5
it really was 5 white guys on a stage, and then I toddled up and I was like,
"Hey, everybody! Blah 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 blah."
Women matter too.
Yeah, sometimes maybe a girl will be able to talk more next play, and then leaves. Yeah, next play. Eat it.
Get out of here, toots.
Even when you think of like plays, it's like the Diary of Anne Frank should have had way more Anne Frank in it. Like there shouldn't have been a whole lot of dudes. Like it was Anne Frank's diary.
You're the one that did the run on Broadway. I don't know.
I did the whole run on Broadway in our Drawson.
I don't know what is Anne not in it a lot?
She's in it, but they really force feed a lot of other bullshit. You know, they'll be like the neighbors drinking cognac or something.
Yeah, and like you think the whole time they didn't really do much. They probably just laid there.
They chilled hard.
They were quarantined before. We complained that we had to be quarantined, but we are not the Franks.
No, we are not the Franks. We are so lucky that we're not. This is stupid. You know, imagine being locked in there and you're like, you know, you don't have Twitter. Like,
imagine being in an attic with no Netflix and you have to be quiet.
I think it'd be kind of a cool show idea to have, like, take things that happened in history and then just give them social media.
Oh, like have a real Anne Frank?
Yeah, so you have like Diary of Anne Frank, but fucking Twitter. Like you've got Twitter, you've got Instagram. They're up there on their phones.
But it's a reality
Anne Frank
show.
Is tweeting. Like it would just be like a rewrite of history with social media involved in the storyline. What would fucking another brutal day? We're stuck here in the fucking Van Dams. And John.
Why don't
the
you
Van
just
Dams are so dumb.
Why don't you just start Anne Frank's Twitter account?
That's been done, I'm sure.
Has it?
I'm sure it has by some probably some Jewanon people.
Oh, I found the guy. Sorry. This is how North Carolina's newly elected representative responds to winning. His name, by the way, is Madison Cawthorn.
Pro-life.
That's a real name. And then he just literally goes crime or lib, and he looks like that Adam, the guy that's in all those that comedian that's on. He just Devine. He looks like Adam Devine, and I'm sure Adam Devine's a lovely gentleman, but this guy looks like a douchebag, and Adam Devine looks like a douchebag.
And don't do the cry libs thing because you're not the one anybody cared about.
Yeah, it's just so funny. I'm like, this guy's obviously like, listen, hey, I'm going to utilize Twitter like Trump did. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be me. I'm going to say stuff that might be controversial, but I am here for you. Maybe we should both.
I'm going to cross the line, but I'm going to do it in the fucking defense of our country.
And then
in our freedoms! Hey, do you guys hate pedophilia and love freedom? Come here. I got a website I need you to look at. What? The liberals are connected to this pedophilia ring? That's right, sir.
Can we?
And you're not being misinformed here.
Can we make shirts that say "I heart pedophilia" with a big X across it, and that can be our merch?
Like, Jesus. Yeah, we should just have "I heart pedophilia," and then. And then when people say, what the fuck, we'll be like, we ran out of money. We were going to get it X'd out.
We couldn't afford the X.
We couldn't afford to X them out.
So I guess we're just sending
out a different... It was an extra $3 a shirt. And we haven't sold any yet.
No.
So if we sell 10, we'll start putting X's on them.
I remember that like Kelly Soladuca remember his merch? It was like an abortion shirt.
Right.
What was it?
Abortion is Mother Nature's snooze button.
Yeah, something like that.
I think that's what it was.
And he got like 100 of these shirts made.
It was good,
but no one bought it. No one's gonna wear a shirt that says "Abortion is nature's snooze." It's a funny joke, but it's not something you're gonna wear proudly on your chest.
I would think a few pro-choice ladies might throw one up there.
He didn't sell one. I don't.
No, he did not.
I remember he was always like, I spent so much money on
anything that's like abortion and then requires you to read more. Like,
I should message him and see. I'm like, do you have any of those shirts left?
You just see abortion on somebody's chest and then you have to squint. Abortion? What? And then they're gone. You don't even see it. Just so now it looks like a guy just had like an abortion bumper sticker. Is that Joe Biden's platform?
Abortion for all. I found my merch at Value Village. Or no, somebody found my merch at Value Village.
Oh.
It was pretty funny. My Said Nudes shirt, somebody found one of them at a Value Village, and they're like, I thought this was cool. I'm like, I actually think that's pretty cool that somebody held it and it didn't spark joy. And they were like, I don't need this in my life anymore.
I think you can get like lunch kits that are, classic 80s lunch kits.
Yeah.
And then inside is like feminine stuff.
Like butterflies and candy, or
like lipstick,
or tampons.
Yeah, lipstick, tampons. Yeah, things like that. So you can carry around your little feminine lunch kit, and it's got a bunch of whatever girls put in their pussies, and the tools to take them out.
The tools to take them out.
It can't all be handiwork.
It's not. Every girl's had an issue.
Every girl's had an issue.
At one point in her life.
Oh, I got a mushroom in my pussy. Did you take mushrooms off this pizza and put them in your pussy? No, you did. Yeah. What's the weirdest thing?
I'm talking about feminine hygiene things getting lodged.
But you must have had like a carrot or a fucking.
No, I did not. You must have had a carrot or something.
On. Every girl's had a bit of an accident.
I let a guy put a popsicle in it for like 2 seconds. It was too cold.
It would be cold.
It was really cold. It wasn't fun.
No, but you're kind of like, you got to try it. Was it a purple or orange? Or
I don't remember.
No, okay.
Maybe it was one of those It's a Kadoozies.
One of those double creamsicles.
It was like a quad 4-finger.
Oh, nice.
I'm kidding.
Fucking molten shocker. So you've never walked in on your parents fucking. That's good.
Yeah, that is good. Well, good and bad. It means they didn't love each other.
They probably did in their own way.
In their own, that's what everyone says to people. Your parents loved each other in their own way.
And their own way was hate. The way that they chose to express their love was through nonstop hatred.
And not talking to each other for weeks.
Parents parents just fight. I mean, there's just no way around it.
Oh, it's funny because I'm now literally the age that my mom was when I was 10 or 11. And like, I just remember thinking my mom was like such a, like an old lady. And now I'm like, but I'm not an old lady.
That's the great thing about not having kids is you don't really have to worry if you're fucking anybody's life up.
That's a major reason why I don't want to have kids.
Yeah, like I
don't want to fuck something up and then have to like what if I raise a serial killer? Because mothers that are fucking weird raise serial killers. That's what I don't want to do.
Yeah, because if you had 2 boys, one of them would be fucked up.
At least one of them.
For sure. One of them would be messed the fuck up.
Yeah.
Where like we'd be doing this podcast 20 years from now, and I'd be like, how's little Frankie? And you'd be like, oh, don't talk to me about Frankie. Like you'd have one kid that we couldn't talk about.
Oh.
That's how bad things would go off the rails.
That's how bad a mother you would be.
One of them would be awesome.
One of them would be the best.
You'd be like fucking the best and the coolest kid and the most fun to hang out with. And the other one would be no.
I always, like, what if I like had kids and they were like dorks and I didn't want to be around them?
Yeah, what if they're dorks?
What if I don't want to be around my own fucking kid? Like, I don't want to ever have those issues. That's why I don't want to have kids.
Or you spend 20 years raising them and then they both end up working at co-op.
Yeah.
Running the belts.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, 20 years, huh?
This is what we got.
I dropped $60,000.
This is what because this is what I did to my parents, and I just know I would get it back.
And that's the missing piece when we're like, I want to go and like find myself, and our parents are like, you need to go to school, you need to become like a doctor, and you're like, fuck you, I don't want to live your stupid dream.
Yeah.
It's like, no, bitch, this wasn't my stupid dream. I threw 20 years making sure that you didn't fucking die in some weird accident.
I'd like some payout.
I'd like a little bit of fucking help now.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to tell my friends that my daughter doesn't fucking go to Valley View with Howie Miller for 1850. You know, and we think that they're assholes for expecting us to do things, but they dropped 20 years into us. Of course they don't want you to fucking run the till.
No. I was like working at my barista job today and I was like, God, I'm almost 40. What am I fucking doing? What am I doing?
And then the machine went boop and you went, oh.
That's what I'm doing. I was steaming milk.
I almost forgot that boop. That's what
weird.
Capitalism does. It beeps a lot.
Beeps a lot.
So that we can't reflect.
Boop, boop. It's your birthday today, Sean.
It is.
You're 27.
27 forever. I don't know why people ever lie about their age. It just makes you look old and gross.
Well, that's what because Jim said he's 27 because he looks really old. He looks really old. He looks horrible for 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, why? Yeah, I'd always rather over exaggerate. Say like, "Oh, I'm 52," and people would be like, "What?
That bitch is hot.
She's naturally gorgeous."
Yeah, jeez, I wouldn't mind a ride on that 52-year-old train. That 52-year-old chassis still doesn't look too rusty to me.
I got a cake.
Oh, okay, is that salt on top? You do know that I'm diabetic.
You're not diabetic.
But
so if you're pre, you can have some.
I think I'm pre.
I'm gonna taste the icing. Because this was 50% off. Oh, yeah.
Here. You want to get a fucking Joe Biden cake? There you go.
7-year-olds. No, put the 2 back.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
There's an Obama cake.
All these liberal pedophiles.
Yeah, I'm surprised they want to kill babies.
Meanwhile, their parents, like their grandfather married their grandmother when she was 7.
Yeah.
And he's also her uncle daddy.
Uncle daddy. Rock stars.
These are sugar-free.
They're sugar-free?
Yeah, I like these ones. They're fruit punch. They're giving Red Bulls a run for their money. No, Sonny did complain about sugar. I wanted the sugar-free ones to begin with because I like them better, but I don't know.
Oh, was Sonny complaining about the sugar?
What here after? Yeah, he was like, "Oh, it was so sweet." I'm like, "Calm down."
You see what sugar's in this?
Yeah, that's true. This.
You looked at him like, "Bitch, you don't know sweet." We got a cake next week.
We got a cake. I like having cakes. Maybe we should start having a cake every week.
Sure. I'm at the age where you start forgetting what age you are.
So how old are you really?
43.
You're 43. So you were born in 1970.
77.
Whoa.
That's wow. You were born before Star Wars? A long time ago in a galaxy very close. Jean-Luc Combat.
My brother was born in 79, so it's the 79 is like the oldest 70 person that I know.
Well, now you can update your information.
77.
You know some other old 70 motherfuckers. Yeah, I got to use a lot of fingers now to like on the date ones when you're renting a car. And you got to go from 2020 to 77.
Yeah, it's like
I have to really spin that wheel
now. It's like you're on The Price is Right.
Yeah, I have to let it. I have to fucking just spin it as hard as I can.
I need the Showcase Showdown.
Yeah, I don't do like scroll. So I have to be like go to the bottom and go deet deet deet.
That is the worst feeling. Boop, boop. Having to scroll and scroll and scroll.
I know the trick. You go up a couple first. Boop, boop, boop. There you go. Whoa, 77.
Oh my god. What did you get for your birthday?
I don't know. Nothing really.
Nothing? Not even from your kids?
They just say happy birthday. Is it your birthday? Yeah. Well, happy birthday.
Is it your birthday?
Yeah. Somebody said it was your birthday. Yeah, it's my birthday. Whoa, happy birthday.
Did you do anything? Like, did you get any of your free birthday things?
Dinner.
Where'd you go?
We went to New Asian Village, but that's old. They're dead. Nobody's working there.
Oh, it's gone?
It's closed.
Is that the one on Fort Road?
Yeah.
Oh, I like New Asian Village.
And I was like, well, they might not have a buffet, but they'll be open. And then we get there, not
open. Yeah, the buffet world is done. I don't think we're getting buffets back.
Which is too bad.
Well, maybe not.
You're not going to miss buffets?
No, I'm not going to miss buffets. I remember I loved going to the Mandarin when I lived in Toronto, though. I lived right by one. And then we would always go to Uncle Willie's. My mom, because my brother was like, he would eat everything. Like, my brother would drink 8 liters of milk a day. Like, he was like this like growing jock hockey monster. And
you're starting to come around on hockey, I noticed.
And
this gross jock hockey monster. I don't think you've ever said hockey without monster right after it. He played that sport for fucking monsters. Hockey. Like a kid, but he would like,
my mom's like, we can't afford to feed him, so we'd always go to all you can eat things, which sucks because then Kathleen is eating all she can eat, but she's not playing hockey, so Kathleen's getting real fat, and her brother is turning into a hockey monster.
He goes and plays hockey. You're in the bleachers like, this is boring.
Can I have money for candy?
Why don't my jeans fit? I'm bored.
Exactly.
He's out there sweating for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
How come you still have abs and I'm like this? Well, because your exercise is being bored. That's what you do for fun.
Everything makes sense. But he would eat so much food. We'd go to this buffet place and he would get like a full plate of mashed potatoes and gravy to like start, and then he'd like eat and eat and eat. But like, he was like an athlete. He was burning probably like so many calories that he was like, but it was like, I've never even thought of that in my life. I'm like, why was I always the fat one? Well, because we went to buffets and Kathleen had no self-control, but she was not playing 8 hours of hockey a day.
Well, yeah, and if I was the girl, I'd be like, why weren't we at dance?
They put me in dance
recitals every weekend?
They put me in dance.
How did you do there?
Not great. I wasn't very good.
Because you look like you'd be good with solos.
I was more of like, I loved to make up dances on the fly. Like, they had like a Mother's Day like brunch, and I was in grade 2, I think, 1 or 2, and every kid had to do like a performance. And I was like, this is me. Like, I've always had ADHD because I like procrastinate everything, and like, you're supposed to prepare something, right? And I'm like sitting there like that morning, I didn't do anything. I thought I was going to fix something, but I didn't figure anything out. So I'm like, we had these solid gold tapes, solid gold from like, and it was like, so I made them play Wild Thing, and I danced to Wild Thing. Like, when Little Miss Sunshine came out, my mom was like, is this your autobiography? Because she's like, you're literally Little Miss Sunshine. Because my mom's like, I'll never forget sitting in that library with all these other mothers watching my daughter go like, Wild Thing. The mothers are just like,
oh my God, I didn't know she had a bra.
Yeah.
And now she's throwing it.
But seriously, like, yeah. No, I fully improvised that dance.
Most children that like weren't born performers would be like, I didn't prepare anything. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But you were like, you got any cassettes? Like, Kathleen, you're up next. Do you have anything to dance to? Yeah, I guess so. And then you're like, that one, hit it. Wow, you know, like nobody else would have done that in your class. They would have been like, I'm sorry, I didn't have time to prepare anything and I won't be on stage this afternoon. Sorry. They wouldn't have been like, I haven't really thought of anything, but I could dance.
I've done that so many times in my life where I've just been like, I was supposed to prepare for something and then I just didn't and I just winged it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Have you done any comedy lately?
I did a show on Halloween in St. Albert. It was fun, but there wasn't like a ton of people there, but it was all right. And then I did a show. There's at this little restaurant called the Glass Monkey.
Was it good?
It was fun. I did it with Sterling, and Sterling was like, "You gonna have some drinks?" I'm like, "No, I drove." And he goes, "Just have a couple." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll text Adam to twist my arm." I get wasted that night. I get like wasted. Adam comes and picks me up, and then we go back to the house, and like he stops while I'm getting booze, and like I have to work at 8 a.m. He doesn't have to work. But so then I'm like so drunk, and I tweeted this out, and I looked at my photos after to be like, oh no, this happened. Because every time I get like fully drunk now, I'm blacked out. Like there's every time. Oh yeah. There's no way
age did that
totally. To you? I aged my way into blackoutdoms, or I don't know, whatever. But I tweeted this.
That is rare.
Oh shit, this is gonna take forever to find.
Very rare that alcohol, like, it doesn't hit me like it used to. I used to get these really bad hangovers when I was 19, but now that I'm 50, I seem to bounce back quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like alcohol got taken out of my life because I think of probably a fatty liver or something. I think half of my liver is fat.
Oh, your doctor said no.
No, every time I drank, I'd get sick. Oh. I would just be ill. So I would have like 4 rum and cokes and be like, oh.
I think if I was ill every time I drank, I wouldn't drink as much. But like I never get sick.
Something happened to my body, I think when I was like 30 something.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't really drink anymore.
Yeah.
Like I would want to.
Yeah.
Like I would go somewhere and have like 4 or 5 beers and be like, this is fun. And then all of a sudden I'd be like,
I'm going to die.
Oh, I don't feel good.
Yeah.
Just feel like shit.
Yeah. If I felt like that, I probably wouldn't drink as much, but I have like zero consequence. Even like, I don't even really get that bad hangovers. My only consequence. Don't? Yeah. I get them sometimes now, but not as bad.
And you've never even like gotten pregnant by accident. So you don't have that big trauma in your rear view mirror.
No. Nothing bad has ever happened to me when I'm drunk. Well, things have happened to me when I'm that are bad, but whatever.
Yeah. Nothing that lasted.
This is what I wrote on Twitter, and I'm like, I should take this down, but I'm like, nah, I'll leave it up. I just asked my fiance to take a picture of me pissing on my lawn for my OnlyFans, and he did, no question. It made me realize that this is the man of my dreams. But I'm like, I did what? And then I look, and there's like pictures of me.
You put it up on OnlyFans?
No. They're not attractive pictures. I'm drunk, peeing in my backyard.
$20, and you get a shot from underneath. Where the urine hits the lens. That's 20. 15, one from behind the tree.
15? That's like 100. If you want a picture of me pissing, that's $100 at least.
I think pissing's less money, isn't it?
Oh no, you could get
less
more
money
for
than
creep.
Titties? I mean, just titties is that's
the
pleasant,
weirder the fetish.
A woman urinating on her lawn. That's kind of like, hey, ooh.
I'm gonna go get a pedicure and start taking more feet pictures.
Oh,
those are the ones. Oh, guys love. I don't get it.
Guys into calves? I'd be more into calves than feet. Feet are gross.
But some girls have pretty feet. Like girls take care. You never meet a woman that has a foot fetish at all. I've never met a woman that's like, I love looking at a man's hairy, scaly foot with yellow toenails and like.
Oh, I better trim. Yeah, like even if a guy has nice feet, the nails ruin it. You know what I mean?
It just like, no woman is like, oh, those feet get me going.
But then if a guy has really nice feet and really well trimmed nails, there's something psychologically wrong with that man.
That person is crazy.
Yeah. You don't want to be fucking around with the guy with perfect feet. Like that you just randomly saw. Like, take your socks off. I guess so. Takes them off. Bam. Sparkly, beautiful feet. All the toes are in line. He doesn't have one big one, one little one. Everything's trimmed perfectly, and you're like, I have to leave.
What's weird about your feet? My feet, my pinky toenails turn to the side.
Mine turn in, like, they must have done it at the orphanage where I lived for 3 years. But I think they just didn't want us to take up so much space. You didn't get adopted until you were 3? Until I was like 1, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I spent like a year in the first year in the orphanage.
Oh, you're like little orphan Annie.
Yeah. The first year is not that important. It's what a lot of doctors say. So when you spend it in a loveless crib, it's probably a good thing.
Is this how we breed more comedians? Just put children and don't love them for a year?
Don't even touch them.
You were either going to be a comedian or a serial killer. You probably...
Yeah, go to orphanages and start an open mic at an orphanage. What's the deal with moms? It's like they don't even exist. Am I right? Oh, tough crib.
A tough crib.
But I don't know if they. Yeah, I don't know. But that's what I did. I spent a year in solitary. Basically, I came out a rapist.
Not a pedophile though.
No.
So you're a Republican.
Yeah, I was like, was I carrying crack in the womb? How the fuck did I end up in this prison crib? But yeah, I'm sure I got some paid hugs,
Oh my God.
All the people who hugged me.
But you got love when you were 1.
Yeah, once all the important time was gone. Once that critical first year passed, I made some new friends. But no, yeah, I think once they got me out of there, they were cool.
Yeah.
My normal parents, my real parents.
Yeah.
Or not the real. I don't even know the real ones.
Have you ever looked for them or wanted to look for them?
What would I do? What would I say to them? Hey, old bitch.
Hey, old bitch.
Thanks for not aborting. I was Christian,
Thanks for keeping me alive. Yeah, she probably was religious.
Probably.
Do you think that she was a teenage pregnancy?
I think so. I think that's what I know about her. She was 19.
That's not young. I mean...
Back then it wasn't... Back then it wouldn't have been that young.
Yeah, that seems like...
But she might have just been like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be a vet.
Well, maybe your dad's a total screw up and she didn't want to have to raise a child with him.
He was probably like a bad boy, like a really hot bad boy. He actually was probably the fat cuck beta male or something. When he found out she was pregnant, he was like, I have cancer. And then faked his own death and moved to the Netherlands.
Only to immigrate to America 30 years later.
I wanted to find my son because I heard he had a comedy now.
Yeah, maybe your dad's like Drake's dad. As soon as you got famous, he started looking for you.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you're like, so he's got a comedy now. I better get in touch with him. Son, it's me, your dad.
Do they know your name? Because I don't know how adoption works. Like, did they get your information, or is it just like it's all secrets?
It's they give you a little bit of information, but it's not much. And then you enter like a database or something.
Yeah.
If you want to reach out to them or something, you can enter like a database. But not everybody does that. So,
I mean, if Eugene and Dottie wanted to meet their parents, I'd let them.
You would? You'd let Eugene go?
I wouldn't let him go. I'd let him go meet them. Yeah, but
what if Eugene was like, "Oh, Mom," and then they never wanted to be separated again?
That's never gonna happen.
No?
No, he loves me.
But what if he sees old fucking Eugene Sr.?
No.
Wearing his old hat, smoking a cigar, and he's like, Papa? Son, never leave my side again.
Eugene will never leave me. Eugene is like always around me. And like I was reading a dog body language chart. And there's like, if a dog really loves you, when you get to home, he'll stretch and then jump up on you, like just stand against you. And I'm like, Eugene does that every time I come home. He loves me so much.
Kids and animals are similar. Where
do you feel that though? Your kids love you so much?
Yeah, but they don't have a choice, right? They're filled with love, and you're the only person around.
Yeah,
right? It's the same thing for dogs. They're filled with this love thing, and you're the human that's there.
Yeah, it's true.
So, like, you can take credit for it all you want, but it's like, yeah, they would have done that with anybody.
I don't take any credit. I just think it's nice.
If I was some way shittier version of me, my kids would still be like, "That's my dad.
Yeah,
he's always falling off bikes and crying."
Sometimes he watches Mom have sex with someone else. And
cries in the corner, and there's a picture of Joe Biden, that pedophile fucking apologist. Well, you heard about Biden, right? His son. I just don't understand, because some of the people that I know that are into it are like, they're pretty smart people, and it's like, you think we've been duped by mainstream media? You've been duped.
Yeah. By Facebook media, by like your friends.
It's a lame story. It's such a lame story. The idea that Trump is working to eradicate pedophilia.
It's always the Republicans that are actually doing the thing that they're fighting against. It's always like Trump is a pedophile. He's raped like about 4 girls in their teens. and paid them all off. And it's so funny because he's literally a pedophile, and they don't like. And then he's like, "Fuck these pedophiles!" Like he's so talented at deflecting and making everything seem like he just brushes shit off. He could have murdered 10 children, and then he would have been like, "Oh well, you know."
You know what we should do for a promo shoot? I just thought of this. Me, you, Jeffrey Epstein. Can we do that? Can we Photoshop?
Can we dig him up and?
No, I just mean like we Photoshop Jeffrey Epstein. So it's
at
the
a cocktail
podcast.
Party?
Yeah. So the podcast promo is me, you, Jim, Jeffrey Epstein, all holding glasses sit on a dock somewhere.
I would love that. Let's talk to Lisa
like
Baker's
Dead Baby
boyfriend.
Bear, and it's like boom, Jeffrey Epstein and us.
Oh my God!
Just chilling in Costa Rica.
Can we do like a hologram, like Kanye got Kim? Did you see that?
No, what happened?
Oh, you did not see this. Okay,
No.
Kanye West for Kim Kardashian's 40th birthday got a hologram of her dead father. You know how they did that hologram of Tupac?
Yeah.
So it was her dead father telling, "Oh, I'm so proud of you, Kimberly, and blah. Oh, I love you so much. I watch you every day, and you married the most. What did he keep saying? Most Kanye West. He did that.
So it's basically a $1.5 million cameo.
Yeah, it is from a dead relative.
Oh my God, a dead relative cameo.
Like,
if I was her, my retribution would be for his birthday. I would have like his mom getting rhinoplasty and dying, like that hologram.
My God. I can't believe you just
and then
said that.
his mom is on the table getting plastic surgery done. Like, son, you married a beautiful woman, but I've always hated you. Boo!
Donda, no!
That'd be a good comeback, wouldn't it?
Oh my God. People voted for him. Well, actually, I was pretty impressed with how few people. How
Did
many
people
in
vote
total?
for him?
He got at least 3,000 votes. I know,
but it's not nothing.
But still, it's still people actually literally decided to vote for Kanye West. And there's a picture of him sitting by himself watching on a big screen looking like this.
Really? I somehow don't think he would take COVID very seriously if he was president.
Honestly, I think that if it wasn't this election, I think that like if it wasn't such a like contested two, he would have gotten way more votes because people were like, ha ha ha, let's vote for him. But people were like, no, I actually have to make sure I use my vote smartly this time. But I think he would have gotten way more votes if it had even been like last year.
But we'll see.
Or last term.
We'll see. Wouldn't it be insane if Trump I mean, I know that there's very little path for him to make it.
Yeah.
But it would be insane.
But if Trump loses, it's going to be awful because he's just going to make everybody's life a living hell until January, whatever, when he has to leave the White House.
I don't think there's a lot he can do other than get his people all riled up, right? So now everybody that you know that is a Trump supporter, it's like sports. It's like a sport thing where you just set it up so that if you lose, you set it up so that, well, we lost because they cheated. I
said that. Like, he's like, Donald Trump is the golfer that slices and then goes, oh, my shoulder.
Somebody made a noise in my backswing.
Yeah. Like
that fucking bird.
Like, it's never your fault that you didn't do something right. It's always somebody else. And so, like, of course he's going to do that. Like, nobody is surprised. It's just so funny watching.
It just gives all of his supporters an easy out, right?
Yeah.
Instead of talking about how Trump lost and actually
they
reflecting.
Stole the election.
They'll be like, well, yeah, but because they counted every vote from every pedophile.
Even pedophiles were allowed to vote, and that's bullshit.
All the mail-in votes came from people who want to have sex with kids. Did you know that? Did you read that?
They're too busy at home fucking their kids.
I read that.
They don't want to leave.
Breitbart. Who else has stamps? Post-dated my ass.
What do you think about like Joe Rogan having fucking Alex Jones on and making it look like he's their pal? I didn't even watch it or listen to it, but why would
did he get in trouble for that?
No, I don't think he got in trouble. People were just like, why are you giving this guy a voice?
Yeah, why are you?
I don't even know. Like, he doesn't even, it's not like he needs ratings or stuff. And it's just like, it just was like, it looked lame. Like, it just was like, you just look like you're trying to be an asshole on purpose now.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know, because now that he's in Austin, he's kind of moving into this, like, you know, fuck LA territory. Like, I don't have to listen to the whims of LA. What's going to piss off Spotify employees the most?
Yeah.
So it's sort of trolling, you know, Spotify employees that were like, I don't think he should be talking about trans people. Like,
oh, I'm sure
you don't think I should be talking about trans people? Alex Jones is my next guest. Go fuck yourself. You know, like, so it's sort of his way of trolling back and hitting back at whoever he hates.
Alex Jones looks like a grown Cartman.
He looks like a big white gorilla.
He's literally Cartman grown up. Alex Jones. Like, that's just literally who he is. Like, and that's not even an over exaggeration. Like, I look at Alex Jones, I'm like, as a child, he was Cartman. Like, just the way he talks, the way he fucking looks, everything. He could play Cartman in the live action adult South Park.
He's a guy that I definitely can't watch him talk.
No, it's just
I can't watch him speak.
No, it's just awful. It's just awful.
Let's fucking finish this and eat this cake.
Oh, yeah. I've been looking at this cake this whole time.
So we've got triple millions.
I got the ugliest cake possible. Look how disgusting this is. Like,
triple millions.
This was a trainee cake for sure. Someone was training. Look at this. Look at these giant rosette things.
Are those too big? I like the size of them.
That's a lot of icing.
Is it?
Well, our mouths are going to be green. Yeah, I got the
triple millions.
Triple millions. So we're all going to win $1 million.
Even me.
Even you. Especially you, young Sean. Young 70.
Is he 27?
We'll say young 72-year-old. He's 72. He's dyslexic.
I've ever found a barcode.
Yeah, you're bad at finding barcodes.
Barcodes.
Sometimes you just stumble across it, though, and get lucky.
Sometimes you just run your finger
and go, oh!
Yeah, exactly. Appears to be a non-orgasm.
Sorry, appears to be a non-orgasm. Okay, you just scan it.
Scan that puss.
Scan that pussy. Oh, it's not working.
No, it's going to work.
$50!
Yeah!
Woo!
You know what? Things are turning up.
Yes!
I actually now hope Trump wins so I don't get taxed on that.
Yeah, I know. Now that we're rich, I want Trump to win.
Yeah. That whole thing I said earlier was just because I'm broke.
Yeah, I'm broke. But once I get rich, oh my God, you guys.
Give me $100 and I'll vote for Trump.
I want to be rich just to see how bitchy I get.
You'd be different for sure. There'd be certain things that you thought you liked before, but you don't like. You're like, I don't like that.
Maybe, yeah.
And you'd have an assistant that would be like, Kathleen doesn't like that.
But I would have fun, though. I would spend lots of money on other people.
Wouldn't it be great, too? Because you could just say nice things and fun things and then have a publicist that follows you everywhere. And then if you don't like something, you can just go up to her like, Catherine, we're going to have to lose the fuck. And then she has to do all the fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And you just get to keep drinking and being nice.
That's my dream.
But your assistant has to run over to another person at the party. The thing you just said, Kathleen, you'll have to apologize or leave.
I would never do that. I would not be like that.
Kathleen wants you to leave the party if you don't apologize publicly now.
I wouldn't be like that, but I would be like...
I never said that. Who said that?
I would be petty to some people. You're right. I would be pretty petty to some people.
You have an assistant be like, Kathleen told me to tell you you're a piece of shit. But she'd have a clipboard and like a headset, so she'd look very professional.
Yeah, my assistant would look like she was a door girl everywhere we go. Just
exactly.
Like, yeah.
And just insulting people in the background while you hold court. So you're telling a story about one time my mom, and then she's going up to people. Kathleen wants you to leave. And like, but I'm listening to her story.
I would never.
She did ask me to tell you to leave or fucking fuck you is what she also said fuck you and leave.
I feel like I just get more cakes for people. And
you
stuff.
You probably would.
I would be a horrible bitch, but to some people I would be petty.
I'm just joking, but
everybody would be a little petty to some people if they got rich.
Well, thanks for being on your own podcast.
Thanks for being on your podcast, birthday boy.
Money, 43 forever.
43 forever. I'm so excited we won.
Cuck.
That means that's $80 in 2 weeks. But we're just gonna let it ride.
That's a good run. We've been on a good run here lately.
What are we supposed to do with winnings?
Just rip it in half and throw it in the garbage.
I know, like literally we just go and like cash it in for a bigger one.
Why don't we donate it to a hockey team?
No. Absolutely not.
They're trying to raise funds, Kathleen.
I even have trouble doing hockey fundraisers for comedy.
You probably do.
I do. I don't like it.
This girl's dumb.
Yeah.
I'm in my good suit, man.
I got my chew in my pocket and my lip.
I don't fucking care about this girl. I wouldn't have to fuck her with these abs. I wouldn't have to stoop so low with my 9-pack.
Oh, some of those hockey players are like they're like some comedians. Like, you know, some comedians, if they're really funny, they'll get laid all the time, even if they're not good looking. Sort of. Hockey players. So Ryan Smith, like that guy looks weird, and he definitely does not have an average looking wife. He looks
like a Christian from Banff who loves cartoons. That's exactly what he looks like.
He looks like a grown what South Park character is he? He's like that teacher, Mr. Mackey.
And then he got his foot run over. Like his claim to fame is he got his foot run over by Glenn Anderson or something.
What?
Yeah, he was at a hockey tournament and Glenn Anderson was driving out of a parking lot and ran over Ryan Smith's foot.
So he put him on the team?
No, it's not the Mighty Ducks, Kathleen. I like how your fucking knowledge of hockey is your brother's Adam AA tournament and the Mighty Ducks. So after he ran over his foot, was he the captain?
No, I asked the drunk Wayne Gretzky to draft my brother.
Did you?
Yeah, he was at, there's like when I was working at Fort Edmonton Park, they had this like fundraiser, Oilers fundraiser there, and they had all these old alumni at this one, and Wayne Gretzky was there and blasted. Like, he was so drunk.
He hasn't been sober since 99.
I didn't know all this like alcoholism stuff about him, but so I'm in the back kitchen talking to the caterers, and he comes in the kitchen. He's like, I'll give you anything if you could get me another bottle of red wine. And I was like, will you put my brother on the Phoenix Coyotes? And he's like, is he good? I'm like, it's pretty good. And then he's like, you got it. And I got him wine. He didn't honor that contract, but
he didn't. That was
and it is a verbal contract.
It is a verbal contract. You can go after Gretzky.
I should.
There's no statute of limitations on drunk man says he'll give you anything.
Listen, you're just gonna have to either give me $20 million or put my brother on the Phoenix Coyotes
or blow my strap-on penis. That'd be kind of a fun thing to get Gretzky to do to you.
The funny thing is, though, I'm never attracted to hockey. I hate hockey players so much. None of them are attractive to me, except for George LaRock. I do like George LaRock, but
yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, whenever I see hockey, I'm like not attractive at all.
Really? There's got to be a couple where you're like,
sure that they're like attractive people, but I'm not attracted because I know who they are.
Their background.
I know.
Like, fucking right on, man.
Kelly Taylor is like the one exception of like a hockey player that I'm like, this guy is nice.
Yeah, he's
the best.
He's a unicorn.
So yeah, there are good hockey players out there. I admit it. But I just so much trauma.
All right. Well,
anyway,
thanks
that
for
was
listening
fun.
to your own fucking podcast. Congratulations on your lib tears.
Eat your cake.